What's up, guys? I'm going to show you guys how to make a flute today. So many of us have access to 3D printers either at our libraries, at universities, or many other places. We know somebody that has one. With that and PVC pipe and a few little tools, we can make a Native American flute super easy. I'm going to show you guys how to do that right here. Alright guys, so first what we're going to want to do is go into Thingiverse and look up flute mouthpiece. We're going to scroll down here and click these mouthpieces on the right, the recorder mouthpieces for medieval Renaissance quartet. These are super easy, awesome design, and the maker put in the different diameter size of pipe, the Schedule 40 PVC, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1 inch. Alright, we're going to let that printer do its thing, and I'll meet you guys after it prints out. Alright guys, so I actually just pulled this off the printer and there was some support material that showed up inside here, so I just had to take a tool and stick it in right here and pop it out, and it should come out pretty easy for you guys. Next, what we're going to want to do is connect the pipe to our mouthpiece that we just printed. And if you blow it right now, it makes a sound. So the next step is to get a tuner app and figure out what note you're playing and tune it up to make sure it plays that note correctly. Alright, for this there's a lot of tuners you can get on the App Store. There's this one that I like the most, which is just this Tuner T1. Super easy. You can show me if it's flat or if it's sharp. Alright guys, so right now we can see we are not close to any particular note right now. And you're going to take off a little bit of this PVC pipe until we get a note that's semi-close. So we're pretty much hitting that F4 sharp. So from there we can tune the rest of our flute. This next part is really cool. We learned how to use the Native American flute calculator online. This flute calculator called NA Flutomat, that first one that popped up there, super easy. We wanted to do the guided version of the Flutomat. So next, now that we're in the Native American Flute Guide website, we're going to go to the easy version, the guided version of this app because it's way simpler. We're going to go to next step here. So next we're going to put imperial because we're going to use inches for this. Next step. Next we just figured out that we did an F sharp 4. We can verify that using the sound they give us on here. And that first bass note is matching up with the other notes, so we know we're at the right key here. So yeah, in this step, go ahead and check the F sharp 4. So then we select that one and we click next step. And then we're gonna just click next step here. 440 hertz is good with us. Equal temperament, don't worry too much about that. Just click next step. Playing conditions, I just like to keep it on the default settings right here. So don't change too much in these. 440 hertz, we're good with that. Equal temperament, next step, and leave all that the same. Step 6, we have to find the inside bore diameter. So that's where we need to take a caliper or some measuring device and measure the inner diameter of the PVC pipe. For this 3/4 inch PVC pipe, we're getting 0.825 inches. 0.825. Next step, now we need the wall thickness. That's this outside wall thickness. And I'm getting 0.111. The next step, which brings us to the flute mat, native flute mat setup, and then we go all the way down to calculate, which is right here. All right, so once we've all done that, it brings us to the actual big calculator. We're going to scroll down here to this part, and we're going to click calculate. And it's going to give us all the exact measurements that we need to make our flute. And this gives us the distance from the end of the flute to each of the holes. So the end of the flute will be the base right here, the very bottom. And from there, we can figure out where to put each of our holes. So the bottom hole is 4.45 inches from the bottom. The next one is 5.87 inches from the bottom, 7.222 inches from the bottom, and so forth, like that. And the cool part is that we don't even have to measure from the bottom every time. Once we measure the first hole, we can just simply see the measurement between the two holes, and then we can go from that distance, which is a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So it says the first one from the bottom is 4.45 inches. So I'm going to take my caliper, go to 4.45 inches. And then from there, we can place our first hole. We measure right there. I make a little nick with the, I make a little marking with the caliper. Then I can take my Sharpie and put a mark where that first hole goes.
There it is. That's where we make our first hole. Just verify that. Yep, right there. Perfect. Now our next one, it says, is 1.365 inches above this first hole. So there are 1.365 inches. And mark the next hole. And then put a little dot there with the Sharpie. Good. And we'll continue to do that all the way up. And I'll speed this part up, and I'll meet you once I've marked every hole.
Okay guys, I just marked all of the PVC pipe. My length for the white pipe is 14 3/4 inches. From the bottom to the first hole is 4.45 inches. And then the distance between this and the next hole, 1.407, 1.365, 0.92, 1.074, and 1.048 inches. So now what we're gonna wanna do, guys, is drill out all of these holes. As in the Flute calculator, it says that we should do different diameters for each of the holes, but I like to start at 0.25 inches or 1/4 inch, and then just slowly make them wider depending on the tuning that we need to do. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I like to use some sort of sharp tool to just mark out each hole, make a little spot for the drill to go in easier.
That way we can stay centered on the holes. It'll keep us from having a headache later on when we are slightly out of tune, and we can just easily keep the same spot and take away some pipes and make the tune better.
All right, now that we have each of those holes drilled out pretty crudely, we can go and clean it up a little bit. Next, we're going to take a deburring tool, and that's what we're going to use along with our drill to begin tuning the flute. All right, guys, so this next part is pretty cool. All we need to do is tune our flute so it matches each of these different notes here. So our first will be F sharp 4, A4, then B4, C sharp 5, D5, E5, and F sharp 5. So to do that, we are gonna start with all fingers down on the first one, and then tune it till it gets to that right spot using our tuner. And then we take one finger up, and we do the next one, and we follow that process. Okay, so all fingers down should be F sharp 4. And once we're in that green, we're good to go on to the next note. So checking the next note, we have A4. We go back into here, pull up our second finger, or first finger up. All right, so we're kind of flat. We're flat right now, so when we take off material on the notes, that is what makes it more sharp. So right now we're flat with just like this. So we want to take off material to get that higher sound. So I'm going to just take the deburring tool and I'm going to go around like that. Now we're going to check it. All right, guys, so I went a little too far on this first note, and this is what happens when you're too far. You're a little bit sharp. It's not too bad, but what you can do if that happens is just put a little bit of putty or something right on the inside there, some glue or anything like that that can go on the inside and make the hole a little bit smaller, and you'll fix up that tuning. So we'll go ahead and go on to the next note. It should be a B4. It's coming out a little flat right now. So we want to take out this part around the second hole here. Getting there. That should be a C-sharp 5 on the third one, so we're going to take some stuff out of that one. Still a little flat. A little flat still. Perfect, right on the money there. And then we're gonna skip this third hole for now because we don't need to worry about that too much, especially if you're only gonna play the pentatonic scale. You can go back and tune that how you want later, but we're gonna go skip right into we're gonna cover the fourth hole and go to the fifth hole here. So that should be an E5, and it's coming out as a D-sharp 5 right now, so we need to take off a lot on that one. All right, a little flat still. Gonna take out some more material. A little bit more. Right on the money there. And then the last note. And that should be an F-sharp 5 like we did on the bottom, an F-sharp 4. It should be an F-sharp 5 at the top. But it's very flat right now. So we are going to take off a lot of material. Alright, we're coming out a little sharp now, but we're pretty close here. Alright, just like that, we're done, and we have a Native American flute that we can play for fun now.